Are the nuts you munch on daily really boosting your health? Or could they be silent saboteurs? Especially for us seniors, what you don't know about certain nuts could be a game changer. Some popular choices, hailed as healthy, might actually spike your cardiovascular risk by nearly 50%, and one seemingly innocent nut could even be taxing your liver and cognitive function. It's a surprising truth many folks aren't aware of. Welcome to Golden Vitality. I'm Adam, your dedicated senior health specialist. If you're ready to unlock the secrets to vibrant aging and make informed choices about your diet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell right now. You won't want to miss the crucial insights we share here, designed specifically for you. Today, we're cracking open the often misunderstood world of nuts. The information I'm about to share is based on significant research, including findings from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. It's not just about avoiding the bad. It's about embracing the truly good. Some of the most common nuts stashed in our kitchen cabinets can quietly elevate blood pressure, promote inflammation, contribute to arterial blockages, and even accelerate cognitive decline. Yet, many seniors consume them, believing they're making a healthy choice. One particular nut, which we'll identify later, has been linked to high concentrations of a harmful substance that, with regular ingestion, can negatively impact your liver, kidneys, and mental sharpness. You might even have this very nut in your snack jar right now, perhaps even recommended by low-carb diet enthusiasts, but it could be causing gradual damage to an aging body. But don't worry, I've got you covered. In this video, we'll explore the most comprehensive guide to nut consumption for seniors. We'll pinpoint which nuts are the safest, the best for your heart, and the most beneficial for your brain, as well as those you should avoid at all costs. And please, stay with me until the very end, because there's a critical truth about the number one, most hazardous nut that few people discuss, and it could be silently undermining your health. Before we dive in, please give this video a thumbs up and tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from. I love connecting with our community. So without further ado, let's explore the 4 types of nuts that seniors should ideally be incorporating into their diet. Fourth on our list, the bone-strengthening powerhouse, almonds. Almonds are truly one of the superior foods for an aging body. This is largely thanks to their impressive calcium and vitamin E content, which work synergistically to maintain strong bones. As we age, fractures become a more serious concern because our bones naturally become more porous and brittle, increasing the risk of severe complications from a fall. Natural bone density loss tends to accelerate after age 65. However, consuming just a quarter cup of almonds daily can help slow this process by providing approximately 97 milligrams of valuable calcium. Beyond calcium, almonds are also rich in magnesium, a mineral often deficient in older adults. This is what makes almonds particularly special. Magnesium acts like a traffic controller for calcium, helping to prevent it from depositing in arteries where it can cause harm, and instead directing it to your bones where it's needed most. The beneficial monounsaturated fats in almonds also contribute significantly to heart health by helping to lower levels of harmful LDL cholesterol. This is crucial, as the risk of cardiovascular disease typically increases with age. My recommendation for seniors is a daily serving of 15 to 20 almonds, ideally raw or dry roasted without salt. Furthermore, almonds are an excellent tool against constipation due to their high fiber content, about 3.5 grams per serving, an issue that impacts roughly 40% of the elderly population. Above all, Compelling studies from researchers at Tufts University have demonstrated that almonds can help protect against the oxidative damage that many worry could affect their brain cells as they get older. When choosing almonds, look for those with their skins on. The skin contains flavonoids which, when combined with vitamin E, make almonds an even more potent antioxidant. A word of caution: almonds can be a choking hazard for seniors who have difficulty swallowing, so please ensure they are chewed thoroughly before swallowing. Thirdly, let's talk about walnuts, the nut that notably improves cognitive function. Walnuts bear a striking resemblance to the human brain, the very organ they so wonderfully nourish. This makes them stand out as one of the best brain foods for seniors. Compared to any other popular nut, these extraordinary nuts are the premier source of the plant-based omega-3 fatty acid known as alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. This is incredibly significant for the brains of older adults, as omega-3s are vital for neurotransmission and maintaining the integrity of brain cell membranes. A recent study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that seniors who ingested just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks experienced significant gains in cognitive processing speed and mental flexibility. The distinctive polyphenolic compounds in walnuts may even impede the development of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia by penetrating the blood-brain barrier and directly combating inflammation in neural tissues. What many people don't realize is that walnuts also contain melatonin, a hormone whose levels naturally decline with age, often leading to sleep problems for many seniors. Some individuals find that eating a handful of walnuts before bed helps them achieve a more restful night's sleep. Walnuts' unique combination of arginine, an amino acid that promotes healthy blood vessel function, and polyphenols, which lower oxidative stress, also makes them incredibly beneficial for cardiovascular health. In fact, walnuts can enhance the effectiveness of blood pressure medication by assisting the elderly in keeping their arteries flexible. For optimal benefits, store walnuts in the refrigerator to prevent their delicate oils from becoming rancid, and aim for about 7 to 9 walnut halves each day. As an added bonus, cracking them yourself, if you're able, can be a great way to keep your fine motor skills sharp. Don't be put off by the slightly protective, bitter taste of walnuts. That hint of bitterness is actually an indication of their potent antioxidant properties. Secondly, pistachios are a fantastic way to help manage your blood pressure. When it comes to the health benefits of nuts for seniors, pistachios may be the most underrated, especially for regulating blood pressure. Pistachios are unique in that they naturally have a low sodium content and a high potassium content, around 285 milligrams per serving. This mineral balance makes them a healthy snack choice and is especially important for the elderly because it helps prevent the kidneys from retaining excess salt as we age. Consuming pistachios may lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, similar to some prescription medications, but without the undesirable side effects. Additionally, the lutein and zeaxanthin in pistachios deserve special mention. These carotenoids protect against age-related macular degeneration, the main cause of vision loss in individuals over 60, by concentrating in the macula of the eye. Seniors can enjoy the delightful crunch of pistachios without worrying about the potential damage that harder nuts might cause to teeth and gums. Beyond their appealing green and purple hues, which signify the presence of antioxidants, these colors also aid in neutralizing free radicals that can hasten the aging process throughout the body. Pistachios are also great for elders due to their practicality. The act of shelling them naturally slows down consumption, preventing overeating and offering a mindful eating experience that can be calming and stimulating for cognitive function. The International Journal of Obesity reported that the visual cue of empty shells helps seniors better control their intake. If you suffer from arthritis in your hands, you can still enjoy the benefits by looking for pistachios that are already partially opened. Aim for approximately 49 pistachios per day, or roughly 1 ounce unsalted or lightly salted. For the 25% of Americans over 65 who are diabetic or pre-diabetic, the 3 grams of fiber per ounce of pistachios is very helpful in regulating blood sugar levels. And taking the top spot, Brazil nuts, a remedy for thyroid issues. We've ranked Brazil nuts first because of their exceptional ability to support thyroid function, an important yet often neglected aspect of aging well. With an astounding 96 micrograms of selenium, or 137% of your daily requirement, in just one nut, these extraordinary nuts are the richest selenium food source known to humankind. This is extremely important because many cases of thyroid diseases go untreated, as symptoms are often mistaken for natural aging. Thyroid disorders can afflict up to 20% of individuals over 65. Selenium, abundant in Brazil nuts, is crucial for the activation of thyroid hormone, which in turn supports energy production, metabolism, and mood control. In addition to supporting the thyroid, the specific fatty acids found in Brazil nuts aid in the preservation of myelin, the protective sheath around nerve cells that often declines with age. Thanks to this myelin maintenance, seniors may be able to keep their reflexes, reaction times, and cognitive processing speeds sharper. The selenium in Brazil nuts is particularly interesting because it's organically bonded, making it more accessible and easier for your body to utilize than the selenium in synthetic supplements. Brazil nuts are so potent that you only need a few. To experience their effects, and their rich, creamy texture makes even a small amount a pleasant treat. As a matter of fact, I strongly advise seniors to consume no more than 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day due to the potential negative effects of an overabundance of selenium. When shopping for Brazil nuts, try to get ones that are still in their shells. This natural packaging helps keep the nutrients intact for a longer period. To keep them from spoiling, given their high fat content, store them in the refrigerator. Brazil nuts also offer a combination of fiber and natural oils that aid in maintaining intestinal regularity, making them an added advantage for seniors who suffer from constipation. Many older adults find solace in less nutritious snacks, but these are a great alternative thanks to their naturally sweet and buttery flavor. Perhaps the most astounding new evidence suggests that some antioxidants found in Brazil nuts may slow the natural shortening of telomeres, the caps on chromosomes, that normally shrink with age and hence influence cellular aging. If you're 65 or older, incorporating 1 or 2 Brazil nuts into your diet could be highly beneficial. Now, in this new section, we will discuss nuts that some seniors may wish to avoid or consume with considerable caution. Inflammatory trigger. Number 4, peanuts. Despite their widespread use, peanuts are problematic for many elderly people due to the dangers they represent. To start, you should know that peanuts aren't really nuts at all. They're legumes that grow underground. This makes them susceptible to mold and aflatoxins, which are mycotoxins naturally produced by certain molds. These can harm the liver and increase the risk of cancer if consumed frequently. As we become older, our body's detoxification mechanisms inevitably become less effective, which means this risk grows. Even more worrisome for the elderly is the fact that peanuts include proteins that might cause inflammatory reactions in several individuals, even in the absence of an actual allergy. Aging persons are already at a higher risk for joint discomfort, cardiovascular stress, and cognitive loss. This low-grade inflammation from peanuts can make all three worse. Most Americans already consume an excessive amount of omega-6 fatty acids compared to the anti-inflammatory omega-3s. The high omega-6 concentration of peanuts adds to this problem. Many doctors neglect to warn their elderly patients about the potentially serious interaction between peanuts and blood thinners like warfarin because of the vitamin K in peanuts. The addition of hydrogenated oils, extra sodium, and sugars in commercial peanut butters makes these problems even worse for aging cardiovascular systems. The 63% of American seniors who suffer from hypertension already have enough to worry about. Natural peanut butter, even without additional salt, can still contribute to increased blood pressure due to its inherent properties. Peanuts go rancid easily and produce dangerous free radicals if not stored properly, which is another issue. The common practice of dry roasting peanuts for commercial use also produces acrylamide, a chemical with potential cognitive degrading effects. This is especially worrisome for individuals who are already concerned about memory loss. Even if you've been eating peanuts regularly without any noticeable side effects, switching to one of our suggested healthier nuts, even for 3 days a week, can help you get the nutrients you need while lowering your exposure to these harmful substances. Third on our caution list, cashews. The sugar increase that's not immediately apparent. Due to their very high carbohydrate content and glycemic impact, cashews pose a special risk to elders. There are less fiber-protective chemicals and a lot more carbs, approximately 9 grams per ounce, in cashews than in real tree nuts. Around 25% of persons over 65 have diabetes, and another 48% have prediabetes. For these individuals, cashews can cause a blood sugar reaction that can be harmful. This is particularly worrisome because cashews often have a healthy reputation. So many elderly people might eat them in excess without thinking about how they could affect their blood sugar levels. The smooth and curved shape of cashews gives them a choking threat that shouldn't be ignored, especially for individuals with swallowing issues. They are also one of the most commonly aspirated nuts among seniors. Nutritionally, cashews aren't ideal because they have a lot of oxalates, which are chemicals that can bind to calcium in the gut and lower calcium absorption. This is a major issue for elderly people who are already at risk of osteoporosis. For those who are already at increased risk of developing kidney stones, the danger increases dramatically after the age of 60 due to these same oxalates. There is a further, unseen problem with cashew processing. Cashews lose much of their nutritional value during the lengthy processing required to extract urushiol, a caustic, oily compound also found in poison ivy. Many store-bought variations are oil-roasted and excessively salted, which adds harmful fats and sodium that can make blood pressure and heart strain worse. Cashews also contain enzyme inhibitors, which can hinder protein digestion. This is especially problematic for seniors who frequently have trouble digesting food and absorbing protein as it is. A potential contributor to weight gain during a life stage when maintaining a healthy weight becomes increasingly tough is the creamy texture of cashews, which makes them easy to overconsume. Substitute walnuts or almonds for cashews on a regular basis for a healthier snack that poses fewer threats to aging bodies while providing superior nutritional characteristics. Second on our list of nuts to approach with caution, macadamia nuts, a result of their extremely high calorie density, macadamia nuts pose a significant health risk to the elderly, despite their exquisite flavor. They are the most calorically dense nut available, with about 200 calories per ounce. The fact that metabolic rates inevitably fall with age adds further stress to the already difficult task of weight management for the elderly. The gallbladder's already diminished efficiency can be exacerbated by their extraordinarily high fat content, about 22 grams per ounce. For the 15% of seniors with asymptomatic gallstones, macadamias can set off painful episodes that might otherwise go unnoticed. In addition to the calories they carry, macadamias are among the nuts with the greatest saturated fat content, about 3 grams per ounce, which can raise LDL cholesterol levels, something that many elderly people already worry about. Because of their density and hardness, they pose a serious threat to the oral health of seniors who have crowns, bridges, or weak teeth. This is especially problematic for those over the age of 65, when enamel weakens due to wear and diminished calcium absorption. Practically speaking, macadamias are among the most expensive nuts, which could cause seniors who are watching their spending to choose cheaper varieties that are more likely to be rancid or stored incorrectly, exposing them to more dangerous oxidized lipids. The nutritional composition of commercially available macadamias is often compromised by oil roasting and excessive salting, adding more sodium and damaged lipids. They have a rich, buttery flavor that might lead to overeating, particularly for older people who may have less refined tastes and prefer bolder flavors. It's worrisome that many elderly people eat macadamias thinking they're helping their hearts, but research showing the benefits of nuts for heart health has mostly ignored or downplayed the role of high-fat nuts like macadamias. Pistachios have a substantially higher nutritional profile that is especially suited to aging bodies, so if you've been enjoying macadamias regularly, you might want to consider switching. And the number one nut seniors should be most cautious about: pine nuts. Pine nuts, a known medication disruptor, are among the most troublesome nuts for the elderly for a number of reasons that are particularly acute for this demographic. The fact that they include chemicals that interact with more than 60% of the prescriptions given to seniors is very concerning. This means that the effectiveness of these drugs could be diminished, or that harmful side effects could be introduced. Many prescription drugs are known to interact with each other, but this is especially true with statins, some antidepressants, and blood pressure medications that are commonly given to persons over the age of 65. Most doctors and pharmacists never tell their patients about the risk of food and drug interactions, which is a major red flag. Pine nut mouth, or pine nut syndrome, is the most worrisome specific issue, since it causes pine nuts to impart a bitter, metallic flavor that can last for weeks after eating them. Although this may appear insignificant, it can have a disastrous effect on older adults due to the correlation between taste alterations and decreased hunger and nutritional status. According to research, a substantial reduction in body weight occurs in as many as 42% of those who are impacted by this syndrome. It seems that the syndrome is more common in the elderly, which may be attributable to alterations in taste receptors and detoxification pathways that occur with aging. Pine nuts include a lot of polyunsaturated fats, which can quickly oxidize and create inflammatory chemicals. This can be a concern for elderly people who are already dealing with inflammatory diseases like arthritis. Aspiration can occur due to their small size and slick texture. This is particularly worrisome for older persons who have trouble swallowing, or who take medications that make their mouth dry, which is a problem for more than 70% of seniors who take numerous prescriptions. While the body's ability to absorb proteins naturally decreases with age, Pine nuts enzyme inhibitors can further impede protein digestion during this time. Pine nuts are a calorie-dense item that can contribute to weight management issues prevalent after 65 due to their high oil content, even in pesto, which is their most common culinary application. Concerningly, new research is pointing to chemicals in some pine nut kinds as a potential accelerator of age-related macular degeneration, the primary cause of vision loss in the elderly. So, to recap, after the age of 65, you should generally steer clear of these 4 nuts or consume them with extreme caution: peanuts, cashews, macadamia nuts, and especially pine nuts. A person's health, vitality, and brain function in their twilight years can be profoundly affected by their dietary choices regarding which nuts to eat and which to avoid. Last but not least, keep in mind that consistent application of even minor positive adjustments produces enormous outcomes in the long run. It is time for you to speak up. Is there any evidence that dietary changes, such as the addition or removal of particular nuts, have had an effect on your health? Tell me which nut had the most impact on your life, or if any of this information was new to you. Post your thoughts and stories in the comments section below. We truly value your input and experiences here at Golden Vitality. If you found this video enlightening, please give it a like, share it with fellow seniors, and make sure you're subscribed for more vital health wisdom. I'm Adam, and I look forward to helping you thrive in your golden years. See you next time.